Hello, lovely people of crypto, Web3, and blockchain. Welcome back to yet another really exciting live session by Voice of Crypto, where we talk about the current price analysis, the top coins, as well as the top news from the Web3 crypto and blockchain market. But before we begin this session, like always, I have a few updates for you. The first one being that, as you all are aware, we have started off with $100 giveaway on our Telegram channel. For anyone who leaves relevant comments on our live sessions with either me or our guest is entitled to a part of the prize pool, or if you're lucky enough, the entire prize pool. So stay tuned, join our Telegram announcement channel, the link of which will be left in the comment section on the Binance Live, as well as all the other social media platforms that we're coming in live from. Once again, thank you so much for joining. And without further ado, I will kickstart right into today's session. We'll first be taking a look at the top cryptocurrencies, how their prices have acted in the last one day or so. Yesterday, we saw a bit of dip in the market, but today seems to be a pleasant day, a rather pleasant day for the crypto market. So I will take you right into the price action. And the global crypto market cap has finally made its way above the 1.4 trillion US dollar mark. And yesterday, I remember I was talking about how this plays a crucial point in the trajectory of the larger market. At this point, we see the global market cap oscillating a little bit above 1.42 trillion US dollar, a 2.7% increase in the last one day or so. Nonetheless, we've seen a dip in terms of volume. Why this has happened? So to decode a dip in volume, we can assess it from the larger price action. We've seen that there's a bit of uptick in price. However, the downtick in volumes do make it seem as though a lot of market participants are skeptical of entering an open position at the moment anyway. This can largely be due to the lowered volatility in the market. While there have been a few upticks and downticks for quite a few top cryptocurrencies as well as altcoins, Bitcoin we see has gained once again in terms of price, but there's not a remarkable uptick or downtick in price action. And we have seen most of the top cryptocurrencies sort of play out their price within certain support and resistance levels. We will be, of course, looking closely at these support resistance lines. But first, a quick look at Bitcoin. We see that Bitcoin is up by almost a little over 1.5% from yesterday. However, on a weekly perspective, not a lot of growth, while we're still up by a decent 1.3 on a week on week basis. There's not a lot to look forward to, unless of course we break free from this 37.75 US dollar, 37.75 thousand US dollar mark. So if there's a break above this and BTC is able to touch the 38K mark, then we can of course expect a bit of uptick as well. However, I always say that when in doubt, zoom out. And on zooming out, we can take a look at the larger perspective in terms of price for BTC. While price on a yearly basis is already up by a massive 126%, because we started the year at we sort of started at a pretty much low in terms of price, around 16, a little bit around 20,000. From there to now, there's of course a huge uptick in terms of price. But nonetheless, there are, on an all-term perspective, if we zoom out even further, we see that BTC has merely managed to cross the losses that it made from May 22 to now. So now that we've crossed these losses, I feel that another key price level to watch would be the 40K mark in the market. And looking back at the top altcoins, Ethereum has gained a little bit, if not a lot, but it has clearly followed BTC's price trajectory, not exactly replicating, but toning down the prices a little bit. So if BTC has gained about 2%, we see Ethereum gaining a little below 1%. Nonetheless, it has managed to maintain the 2K price, which I think acts as a key psychological support resistance mark. So it would be important for Ethereum's price to play above this particular price point if we want to see any long-term gains for ETH. BNB, we already spoke about the massive conundrum that happened with Binance, with CZ having to resign from his CEO position at Binance. And that, of course, led to a bit of turmoil for BNB prices. Now, however, we see that prices have stabilized while there's a dip of almost 6.3%. I do believe that after all of what happened in terms of the news, the media, with the regulators, BNB price has maintained pretty well in terms of the larger perspective. A look at XRP suggests that it has gained, so has Solana, Cardano, and Dogecoin, as well as Tron. So if we look at the top 10 cryptos, there is a pretty decent pump, largely owing to Bitcoin's gains in the last 24 hours or so. However, on week basis, quite a few altcoins have dipped. We already know that Solana and Chainlink have been the top performers of this month as well as almost last month. And now their prices have sort of stabilized. In the last few sessions, I did mention that these high gainers that we saw in the market do have a rather oversaturated or an overheated market at the point. So that could have led to a little bit of sort of pause in whatever intense price action that was happening. We will be looking at the top gainers of the day, but before that, a quick look at today's topic of discussion, which is going to be, is the Ethereum pump just getting started? Well, we will of course discuss Ethereum prices. We have already discussed Bitcoin's price in quite a bit of detail, and the reason why we are talking about Ethereum pump or whether it is going to get started is because yesterday we took a look at Bitcoin dominance and how it has maintained steady above the 50% level. And usually, when that happens, it's a signal towards an alt season. Now, however, I don't think, like I mentioned yesterday as well, there's not a lot of chance for an alt season at the moment, especially looking at the larger, socioeconomic situations. That said, before I begin my final section, which would be a jump into Ethereum price action, a quick disclaimer for anyone who's joined: none of what we say on these sessions or our other live sessions is financial advice. So always do your own research, and before you dive into this market, always keep in mind that these are highly volatile assets, and uh, DYOR, do your own research, is the key to success in the crypto market. We will now be quickly taking a look at Ethereum price action before we wrap up today's episode. And on a daily basis, not a lot to look forward to. On a weekly basis, Ethereum has, of course, managed the 2.2% gains. And it's important to note that while BTC on a weekly perspective saw only lower than 1% gains, Ethereum has managed to do, Ethereum prices fared rather well in terms of a longer perspective. And Ethereum has also managed to make higher highs, at least in the last 1 week or so. On a longer perspective, if we zoom out on a monthly basis, however, Ethereum's price has faced quite a bit of resistance above the 2100 US dollar mark. So for Ethereum price to stabilize or for a bit of gains, if we're looking forward at, then that would require a little bit of more pump from ETH bulls, and that is what would lead to, I think, a move above the 2100 mark. Once Ethereum has cleared that, we will be, yep, as we can see on a year on year basis as well, the 2120, and here again the 2100, almost 2100 mark has acted as a key resistance. On an all-time perspective, Ethereum is doing pretty well. It has managed to make higher lows, and which is pretty evident if we look at the last 1 or 2 years. The price lows that Ethereum is making right here, around 2022 beginning, second quarter, here, the last quarter of 2022, and now the lows that Ethereum price has made have sort of increased. So there could be a decent chance of some sort of a pump, some sort of an uptick. But that would, of course, be followed only if there's quite a bit of euphoria in the market for ETH prices. So looking forward to that and to our important discussion tomorrow. As you all are familiar, our Friday sessions are a tad bit more important because we take a look at price action on a week-on-week basis. We also look at the top gainers of the week, as well as what coins you can look at during the weekend. We already know that weekends are a really special time in the crypto market because there's a lot of activity, there's a lot of trade that happens, and more often than not, there is a bit of uptick and downtick in terms of price. So whether the top cryptocurrencies will be able to break free from the sort of non-volatile environment that they've been playing it, whether they'll be able to break above or below resistance or support lines is something that we shall see in tomorrow's episode. But this is all for today, and a quick update for people residing in London, Mumbai, and Delhi. We are going live with Voices of Web3, which is going to be a Voice of Crypto's exclusive event happening in these three cities this way Saturdays. So go check out our social media platforms. You'll find the link to our Eventbrite, or just simply search for Voices of Web3 on Eventbrite, and you will find that in your city. Do join us with this amazing meetup that we're having for our lovely Web3 blockchain crypto community. So I hope to see you all there, and thank you so much for joining us in today's session.